Good day, everyone. MisterStubstep here. I have Mrs. Freshley's Make Life Sweeter Deluxe Oreo Mini Brownies made with Oreo cookie pieces. So, based on that nice Oreo name right there are in fact Oreos in this, despite it being Mrs. Freshley's. I personally have never had a Mrs. Freshley's product. Wow. Sorry, I have a list, but saying Mrs. Freshley just makes it go extreme. But I'm gonna try these today. You know, when I'm walking through the aisles at a Walmart or a grocery store or department store, I'm always looking for those Oreo products. You know, I have that Oreo vision, if you want to call it that. And when I saw this, my interest was piqued. And I figured, why not? Let's try some Oreo brownies. Let's do it. So, nutrition facts, 170 calories for 3. So I got excited. I'm like, shoot, I can have 3 of these. And I was like, 1 or 2 Oreos. But they already break it down in these 3 packs already. So unless you got a friend, which I don't got too many friends, you're eating them all by yourself or they're going to waste or whatever. And I'm one of those people that once something's opened, it's open. We got to finish this. So I would have opened up the box for you guys and done like some cute, stuff. But, somebody just said it's their nature that they just open things, immediately break down boxes and get everything organized in the right place. But, that's not me. But here we are with an open box. I got my crops all laid out for you. And let's dive into some Oreos. All right. Got some milk. Got a nice paper towel to lay out my dessert, my meal, my lunch. I'm not actually sure what this is, but I guess I'm kind of hungry and I like sweets, so let's dive in. So once again, nice packaging. It almost looks like, the Twinkie packaging or like any like Hostess or maybe even some Little Debbie stuff. So, Mrs. Freshley's, I don't know which one came first, the Mrs. Freshley's, the Little Debbie or the Hostess or whatever, but yeah, they all got similar packaging. So let's dive in. Get that nice fresh tray. Upon initial smell, it smells like regular just baked brownies that you would smell, but there is a sprinkle of Oreo in there, and I can smell it. The Oreo smell, it's not the greatest smell because like brownies smell like fresh, just brownies smell really good. But the Oreo actually does not add in a positive way to the brownie smell. But, I think it's still, the brownie smell is still good enough to where I want to try it. So, like always, we'll do one raw. I'm going to chew it up a little bit, gargle it, and then we'll see what happens. So, honest, person to person, human to human, heart to heart. My initial impression is, meh. When I eat a brownie like this, especially when it looks like this shape, like kind of cylindrical, but then it, grows towards the top. I'm sure there's actually a name for this type of shape because it's fairly common, but I don't know, and I'm not going to look it up. So if you want to look it up and let me know, awesome. But when I see something like this that looks like this, my expectations are not high. I'm not thinking it's some gourmet dessert that's going to make me, I'm already addicted to sweets, but it's going to make me, go through rehab and all that stuff to have another one. But it didn't exceed my expectations, and it pretty much met them. So I can't really complain that I was expecting more. I mean, Mrs. Freshley's, I'm sure, she or they or whatever they are that make up that name are a great thing. And, for them to have Oreo add their sprinkles to their stuff, I'm sure they have something going on. But I don't know. Next time I see Mrs. Freshley's, I'm going to think twice. But overall, it's a good flavor. The milk chasing it, milk after sweets is always good. The consistency is exactly what you would expect. It's not super dry, not really moist either. The Oreo, the little speckles of Oreo pieces on top, it has some cream and stuff, but Oreo cookies in there as well. Say 95% of the flavor is brownie, then there's like another 5% of Oreo. Like there's no, major Oreo pieces embedded. At least, let's bust one open for the people. Yeah, so you look right there. There's no major Oreo pieces in there. It's all on top. So just a sprinkle on top, just a garnish. just a seasoning of Oreo, you know. Ooh, I should probably break down some Oreos to get some Oreo seasoning. But yeah, it really does not add that much. So if you like Mrs. Freshley's and you like their brownies and you want to try something new, and I don't think these cost anymore, maybe they do, I don't know. I didn't see any other Mrs. Freshley's like a section there. I just saw this one and that's why it caught my eye. But it might be worth it. So for the culture, I will dunk just to see. It might just completely implode within the glass of milk, but I will do it for the culture. Got a fork. So my initial reaction is go through the side, but I think it would actually make it break apart easier, so I'm actually gonna go just straight through the middle like a savage. Ooh, that's probably gonna break it anyway. All right, fully soaked Mrs. Freshley Oreo brownie. Excuse me? Wow. I'm so glad I supported the culture because that was way better than just eating it and then sipping some milk. Oh my gosh. Milk-infused brownies? I need to dip brownies more often. Do you guys dip brownies? Because I never have. I would eat a brownie, kind of suffer a little bit, like from being dehydrated, maybe sip some water, sip some milk. But that was the first time I have fully submerged a brownie in milk, let it soak like a sponge, and then consume it. And you know what? That was amazing. That increased its flavor and my desire to eat it by many levels. Oh my gosh. I already had made up my mind about it, and then I figured just to be complete, I would do a dunk. But now with the dunk, I'm gonna have to require a little bit more thought. Oh, okay. So who knew brownies were so porous? I mean, Oreos, they have, because they're a sandwich, you're able to get up under, you know, the cookie and the cream and all that stuff, but it's not really porous. These brownies, there's air, there's space, there's fluff in there, and the milk just suffocates the brownie, and the coating that it leaves is, oh my God, wow. So, this makes me want to try a whole bunch of different brownies, dunk it in milk. But yeah, it's quite delicious. So, Oreo products. So let me just break it down. The Oreo scale is a very strict scale. So if I had to rate it on the Oreo scale, because the fact that they taste so bad dry, and I do have milk, you know, usually easily accessible the majority of the time, but when you don't have milk, these are almost like they're really, I don't want to say impossible to eat, because I mean, I could still pile them down, but they're a lot more difficult to eat. Like after one, you're probably not going to want another one. But with milk, you can just... So because of how much they rely on the milk, I'm gonna give them a 5 on the Oreo scale. So you might say, you know, that's bad, but like anything in like the 4 to 7 range is good. It's consumable. If you happen to see it or you want something sweet and buy it, you know, it'll meet those needs. Anything above a 7 is like, yo, it's snack time. And then anything below, you know, 3 and below, like you will not find me buying that product again, unless for educational purposes, of course. But just on the dessert scale, I'd give it a solid 7. So even with the milk, like, I'd give it a solid 7. It's a good little dessert. I don't know if I would go out of my way for them, but overall, I'm quite impressed now. My expectations towards the end with milk were exceeded. I encourage you guys to dip some brownies and get back to me and let me know if it does taste good, because I have never tried that, and I just did for you guys, and a whole new world has been explored. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna finish this last half.